I don't know what the fuck this is. Hold on. Whoops.
Oh,
Supposed to save that.
we are live.
We are. All right. Welcome to Warrior Class.
Where Belay and the rest of the teachers whip ass. Instructor, excuse me.
And you will too if you pass.
Excuse me,
All right.
guys.
This is the 10 most common excuses for not training to defend yourself and those you love episode.
Here, Bo. Welcome,
I swear we
family. Appreciate y'all.
It was hard to slim this down to the 10 most because we get over 2 million
Excuses.
It's 2 million good
That's
ones.
our theme song. The theme song is not playing today. Hold on.
We got a theme song?
Yeah.
We got a couple things. What you talking about? We got a nice advertisement.
I hadn't
With
noticed.
Baba with his fist out and everything.
Oh,
It looks really pretty.
The intro.
The intro. That's what it's the intro.
Right.
The intro. I don't know about a theme song. It's the intro.
Yeah. Okay, well, the intro.
Everybody keep telling us about this little thing to keep playing where some singing or something going on, but that's a glitch or something because we ain't never heard that.
Who's singing?
There's somebody that we got something about singing or something a couple shows ago. We didn't know this. I didn't know what they was talking about. We got the keys.
Now we're about to get down to.
We got the keys though.
Intro, right?
Warrior Class Podcast, the one and only. Warrior Class Podcast, not like the phone is. The Warrior Class Podcast, we teach the homies. The Warrior Class Podcast, won't leave you lonely. But then beat up everybody, and them niggas always taught it. We clown. We clown on everybody.
All right.
Here we go.
Now there's your intro and all that theme song. And so now we can get started.
Yeah, Bo. Peace to Jadarian. Peace to Librarian. Peace to 2Fs. We appreciate y'all being on time for the Warrior Class today.
Yes,
we
we
love
do.
y'all.
Yes, we do. And we all survived. We did survive. What was the hurricane name?
I can't.
Helene.
I didn't even know.
It was Helene.
Helene. They said they're gonna retire the name, right?
Mm-hmm.
I heard that on the Weather Channel or something. They're retiring that name now. They said no other hurricanes will ever be named Helene.
Although there's a place in Georgia called Helene, Georgia.
They
have Oktoberfest every year there.
Right, it's a German. I think they had that on Atlanta. Remember when they went to the thing? That was, I believe, that was Helen, Georgia.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I didn't even know it was a hurricane coming. That's the benefits of not watching any news, any TV news. I had no idea, and it started raining kind of hard. Then all of a sudden, we started getting those notices like Amber Alerts, those hurricane flood warnings. I was like, wait a minute. And I started hearing about this hurricane. And the funny thing is, the next day, which was yesterday morning, I wake up, I'm thinking still, okay, this was just a little rain. And then I start hearing reports and seeing reports, people got power still out, trees down. And I didn't witness any of that, anything around. And there's people around my area that's flooded. So I'm just really grateful that I didn't experience any of those issues that some people that we know experience. So prayers to everybody out there.
2F says a close friend of hers is flooded out in Asheville.
Yeah, Asheville is really bad. North Carolina, Western North Carolina, parts of I-40 has fallen off into the mountains and things of that nature. So it's really dangerous in some areas. You got to be really
Wow.
careful. And I always tell people Atlanta is a bad area for storms because the trees have short root systems. So a little bit of moisture, it doesn't have to rain very hard for that moisture to uproot trees, and they fall really easily. So
Yeah,
They
we
said,
had a tree in the road here.
they
Yeah,
said
you got-
Florida got the worst storms it's ever had.
yeah, and what's interesting about this storm is I mean, I'm not a meteorologist, but I could have sworn that hurricanes all originate from Africa, right?
Yes. Mhm.
But this hurricane came from South America.
You mean it
And
came from South America, but it originated in Africa.
well, I thought they were saying something about how that was the strange thing about this hurricane, that it didn't originate. It didn't have that long route to build up strength. It came right around the corner and just was popped out of nowhere and was big. But hey, I don't know. This is just what I was seeing on one of those independent news things on YouTube. So maybe
That might be unnatural then.
I mean, I don't know, but hey, it might be possible. But it's just strange, I'll tell you that. But very powerful.
Tesla machine.
I hope everybody's all right.
Tesla, not like them cars.
Real quick too, have y'all been seeing? I've been seeing increasing story. I've been seeing an increasing amount of stories about young girls reaching out or communicating with older men, and incidents happening. I've seen like 3 or 4 this past week. One even showed this boy was playing, was it Roblox or something? I don't know what it's called. He was playing this game with an adult dude. He's like 40 years old, and he sent the dude pictures of his mom, telling his mom's single, and finally sent the address. So the mom got the camera on her phone, so she see the boy out there jumping on the trampoline, and the dude pull up in the truck, and he say, "Hey man, so it's me, so and so." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, so the dude's like, "Hey, good to meet you." He's like, "So is your mom here?" He's like, "You said your mom was hot." He said, "She is hot." He's like, "You think she be?" He's like, "I'm gonna go get her." And the older guy's like, "I don't think she gonna like that." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go get her." He ran and got her. The lady was like, "Who are you?" Told his son to get in the house. It was like, "This ain't right. This ain't." He was like, "Yeah, I was telling your son this is strange."
Then why would you come?
That's what she's like. She's like, "So what you come for? Like, why did you?" It was just weird. And I'm like, man, what kind of
See what was up?
No,
lady,
he's gonna get the son.
it probably, you know what I'm saying? A little girl just got murdered. She was like 12 years old. She communicated with a 24-year-old dude, picked her up, killed her. It's like really wild going on. So watch your grandbabies.
Yeah, your children on the internet.
And put these filters. They got all these type of apps and filters. There is no reason that your grandbabies or your children underage should be able to do this type of thing. You can't have that much. I ain't had that type of freedom. What type of freedom is y'all giving these kids?
Right. I mean, they just, giving them things and letting them get on out there.
Is that gentle parenting? Is that what that is? I don't know. I've been hearing a lot about it.
That parenting that you're just giving them to TV and devices and what letting those raise the child.
Right.
I posted this lady from the ICU was speaking about the 10 things that she never do with her children, and she was like, and she gave reasons why. She was like, sleepovers.
Mm-hmm.
I know Baba always used to speak on that, and I used to be like, man, if you know them, but as time went on, I listened to that more and more when he would say that, and the truth is, the way it is now, we're not in our community with the families where you know they family and they family
And their values.
Right. You don't know the culture in that house.
Right.
And she was like, that's more, she's like, more children come in from the ER dead or poisoned or some type or been molested. And she's like over 90% of it's always from a sleepover. She's like, so I'll let them stay till the end. I'll bring you there in the morning to have breakfast with them, but you ain't sleeping overnight. And unless you're in a certain type of community, I can't. Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it. So we got to be careful.
That's definitely been a policy of mine. I don't do those. It's not that he's never slept over, but it's always been in a situation where there was no other choice. Like they were snowed in or something like that. Like we've never just done a sleepover. That would never happen.
And I hate to say it, but hey, I'm talking family, whatever it is, because and we're gonna get to it. I know but we're not one of those podcasts that go to talk about stuff that's just because it's popping. We could have entitled this "What to Do at a P. Diddy Party," and all that kind of stuff. We don't go for all that. You know what I'm saying? But because we do talk about it, so we talk about these things seriously all the time. And you can find shows that deal with how to move in social gatherings. We've done that. We've done that. But just pay attention out there, man. It's really easy to get caught up in what's going on in the headlines and not paying attention to what's going on in your community. I always think about, I posted this, everybody's up in an uproar about what's going on with Diddy, but your sister getting her behind kicked and you ain't saying that, and the point behind that is that we got issues in our family. And I listen to people talk, and some people don't even want to know what's going on in their family.
Right.
I've heard people say, I don't want to know what happened because I'm gonna be this, that, and the third. I've never been that type of person. Maybe because I'm just a curious person, or I want to know as much as I can about whatever I can. I want to know. So, before we go, I'm just saying, before we go out there and get all interested in what's happening in other people's affairs, which we got a right to be concerned with everything in our community, but start first at home, in your community, at your family. Make sure that there's no domestic abuse and children being abused in your family. Don't be afraid to ask those questions and observe and see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It seems like nobody's having those type of issues in their home. We're so interested in what's going on with celebrities, and it's just annoying.
And celebrities is not our community.
Not at all. Nothing to do with us.
I get so tired of hearing about P. Diddy. Damn. I mean, how many? Okay, he's a freak. He's a abuser of women. We know this. So how many times it's got to be shoved down our throat? We know it. We know it already.
Lock them up and let me done with it.
Let's move on to something else. Like, God damn.
And we like sensationalism and gossip.
Every day it's something about Diddy. Every day, like, God damn.
Because it's really entertaining for us. We really just want to forget what's going on with us. So I heard he was sleeping with a man. So what? I mean, if you ain't know that, if you ain't assume that.
I knew that back in '94.
Right.
He was sleeping with men. My sister saw him in a bathhouse with a man.
What they got to do with anything? Like, why?
Right. Like, come on. I mean, damn. But nobody wants to talk about climate change or the ongoing COVID pandemic either. Right. I'd rather know the truth than get comfortable with lies. Yeah, exactly.
Nobody want to know that during that time when Diddy got arrested at the same time of, was it 23andMe? All of the directors, the board of directors, I think everybody there got arrested. Or was it or did it get what's it called when you're not arrested? Indicted.
Indicted, you're arrested if you get indicted.
Well, do you get arrested right away? I'm not certain.
Yes. So an indictment is you go to court and you're found guilty. That's an indictment.
Look that up. What happened to 23andMe, which is the DNA people, if you don't know who I'm talking about. Yeah, something happened with that company where they gave away stuff they wasn't supposed to give away. And that whole, it was like a big bus with every, all of the head people inside of that company. And nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about all of these little things that's going on. So, just pay attention, man. They love to entertain us with the Young Thug trial. Like, I get mad at certain friends that come over here and be like, you seen that interview with Big Pete saying that he was with Tupac when he got damn. How was that? What are y'all talking about?
Young Thug, of course, that's family. So,
oh my goodness.
But and that's family, and we don't even talk about him like that. He ain't. He's not conversation every day about what's going on. So, anyway.
Yeah. Glad to see y'all.
The top 10 reasons that the most common excuses for not training to defend yourself and those you love.
And if you're not training in this, you're watching this and you're not training, tell us which one of these is you. Let us know. We want to know, but keep it real. Which one is you? Or if it was
one, which two, which five.
Yeah. Let us know. This we keep it real. Maybe we can talk. We're gonna talk about it. Let's go.
So number one, I don't need to train. I carry them things.
And that rhymed. If you don't know, he's an MC too.
Oh, wow. Okay, bars. Okay. Having a gun is nice. Having a tank is better. However, when you do not have that gun or tank or nuclear warhead on you at the exact moment you are being attacked, then what then? Soldiers learn hand-to-hand combat in case they are disarmed or in a situation in which they are unarmed. And anyone who has been in the military and seeing combat knows there are many times when having your firearm at the ready is impractical. But you always have to be ready.
Yeah, boy. Okay. Number two, the best self-defense is running. Okay, all right. Well, running is a great form of self-defense. It's avoidance, which is the highest level in some cases. However, it isn't always an option. What happens if you're with your spouse or with your child? Well, we know it's gonna happen. Some of y'all gonna still run, but that's you can't just run away and leave them. You may also find yourself in a close quarters with an attacker. You may your leg might be hurt, anything.
Right. Well, you can't run.
Yeah.
Another one is Ifa or the Lord or Allah or the ancestors protect me. No weapon formed against me.
Yes.
Many have died, been raped, or suffered enslavement following this foolish notion. I am a priest initiated in traditional African spiritual systems, Ifa, Obatala, Egbe, and I train. That's actually Baba.
I didn't know. I was like, man, I didn't know you were a priest.
Wait a minute.
So I'll say it like this. Baba is a priest initiated in traditional African spiritual systems, Ifa, Obatala, Egbe, and he trains. Spirit will protect you against the things you can't handle, not the things you won't handle.
That's even how the Christian, that's even how Jesus and them work. Same way. Meet you halfway.
You got to actually read your Bible to know that. Most people aren't doing that.
Do that too.
Number 4, I do train. I study YouTube videos.
Because you don't have to do the magazines no more. I used to get the magazines.
Yeah, that's dumb. That's dumb.
That's it.
That's it. It's dumb.
It's pretty dumb, y'all. It's pretty dumb. All right. So look, And I swear, this goes along with the spiritual crystallized people. You know, a lot of times they put the crystal right there in the middle of the forehead, and that stops them from all violence. But bad things only happen to people whose chakras are out of alignment. My yoga practice balances my chakras and brings only good energy to me. No, okay, that's dumber than the dumb. But seriously, y'all, people, and I'm exaggerating that phrase, but you know, some of you maybe, but you know that's a real thing where you feel like I'm gonna be attracting that energy if I even think about. And I always tell people, but you got insurance, like you got
several kinds of insurance.
Yeah, and that you don't even have to. You pay extra, but you get the good insurance on certain. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand that concept. Why even have like I said, you got a car jack. Why even ride with one? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why put on your seatbelt?
Attracting a flat tire.
Why put on the seatbelt? You're attracting a wreck when you do that. Right. Like, I mean, that type of thinking again is dumber. Sorry, I want to rant too much. We hear these things a lot.
Right. This is the one that I feel like was the excuse of someone who I brought to class in the past, I would say 6 months or so.
Ooh, I hope they watching.
I would train, but y'all do that ground fighting stuff, rolling around with a man or another man on top of me makes me feel uncomfortable.
If Quest is, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
Ground fighting isn't about a bunch of sweaty dudes rolling on the ground in tight shorts in weird positions on top of each other. If someone in the street or an invader in your home mounts you while they're trying to choke you unconscious, the last thing you will think is how weird the position is.
No.
You better think only about surviving, reversing the opponent's attack, and choking him out.
No, that could be the last thing you would think. That might be the last thing. Oh, this is weird.
Right.
And plus, and just real quick, I think people have this because you don't know what Igbil going. You don't know what African martial arts is. Most people don't know what real self-defense looks like. So you may have seen. No disrespect, but you may have seen Brazilian jiu-jitsu dudes rolling on the mat for 15 minutes or something. That's not self-protection, combative. That's not what we do. Let me just say that. That's not the objective of we're talking real life survival, make it home. So we ain't gonna be on the ground all day long. But what does happen in real life is you end up on the ground 98.999% of the fights. So you need to know what happens when you get there. You need to know how to get there properly. If you're going there, like it's just common sense things, but you don't know that because you don't know what we do. And that's the biggest problem.
I was gonna say, even in the MMA, like you'll see fights go to the ground and you will see the person not know what to do. Like you will see that they don't know how to get out of, whatever it is. So you know that they haven't trained in ground fighting the way that they should.
Yes. Thank you. Real quick. If for you MMA dudes that watch MMA, Sean O'Malley, undefeated, been whipping ass, talking ish, bad, knocking people out. Fought his first grappler. The dude embarrassed him and offered to give him a rematch. He said, no, I'm gonna fight somebody else. That's the realization.
Because they think it's just like with this list, they think that because they're good with their hands, because they know how to knock people out, that they don't need to know that other stuff, or they don't need to do that part as much. But if you don't know that part, that's the part you need to be doing the most.
Even in the ring, it exposes you. So just so you know.
Absolutely.
I had a Wing Chun guy tell me one time, he said, if you can get past all this Kung Fu, shit, I deserve to end up on the ground. Then you can get past this kung fu. I got past this kung fu. I got past this kung fu.
He got what he deserved.
And he got what he deserved. Yeah, I got past this kung fu in about 3 seconds. And I had him on the ground. And then I was kneeling on his body.
I know how that feels.
Punching him. Then I mounted him. And then I punched him some more.
I don't know.
And I choked him out. I mean, and I got past all that kung fu. And I said that to him too after he got up. I said, I got past your kung fu. Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. Now, number 7. I'm too old.
Oh boy.
It's never too late to start training. I had a student who started training at 60 years of age.
Yes.
I have recently taught brothers and sisters in their 50s. And the sister, Antoinette, I think she was 64.
Yes.
So
with a cane.
With a cane, right. Move at your own pace and gradually build up your strength and endurance. I'm 56. About to be 57. Of course, I've been training for over 50 years, but you're not too old. I mean, I've had strokes, heart attacks, still training.
Again, Baba, they think because they don't know what it is, they think they looking at Capoeira and say, well, damn, I ain't gonna be able to flip like that. I'm 50 years old. I can't do no flips and no cartwheels.
And I let you know, 55, 60-year-old Capoeira mothers ain't doing them flips either.
Exactly. And the ones that are, they've been doing it all their life, but they ain't.
And they still ain't flipping and they ain't doing all that.
Crazy.
So I've seen them. They'll be doing the past groundwork.
Yeah, they ain't doing all the
and it looks good still, but them flip parts not in there.
Yep.
The flip parts gone by the wayside.
Right.
In Ekbelgoon, of course, we have some flips. I ain't doing no flips no more.
Right.
I'm not doing the back flips and all that stuff no more. I do back rolls. That way. I do a barrel roll.
And the thing about that though is too, so people know, even if it's always the way the African way is, it adapts to you. So you never if you can do a backflip, it's something in there for you to use that backflip. If you can't do a backflip, it's something in there for you to take the place of not doing the backflip. You know what I mean? But you don't know that.
Right.
You're not training.
I mean, hell, when we do a barrel roll, which is leaping through the air, and then you can do reverse barrel roll. Well, a person can just step around. If they can't do leaps and stuff like that, they can step around, right? Thank goodness I can still do the barrel roll.
Exactly.
But some people can't. Some people in their 30s can't do a barrel roll.
Right. Or touch their toes.
Right.
But they can defend themselves.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Of course they can't defend themselves. If they can't touch their toes, I mean that sounds bad, but it's the truth.
But see, what it is you hear people. I hear them. I can't speak for y'all, but I know y'all do. People will tell you, I got to get in shape before I come, and you know what I mean. What are you thinking you got to do? You come and you get in shape by coming.
But we're gonna get to that one.
Okay, all right. I'm jumping the gun. I'm jumping the gun. Let's keep going. So basically, Bob, did you even say the thing yet?
I'm done.
Okay. So protecting oneself and others is a basic human function.
No, I'm scared. It's number 8.
Where we at? Number 8? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't win about. I'm scared to get injured. I'm scared to get hurt. No, I'm not gonna say that. You can get injured stepping out the shower, really, and I know y'all know that. Get the shower mat down there. Get the shower mat. or choke on a donut. In 11 years of training, I've only suffered one serious martial arts related injury. And yeah, that's it. And that didn't put me out for a minute. And of course that you can always go back to it was really my fault when I look at it and blah 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 blah. But yeah, it's not that. And I go hard. Pause. You know, we all, I mean, we get it in. Class is not nearly as what it was back, you know, when I first started. You know, as Baba lambs a little more and you know, we chill a little more. But no, man, yeah, so that's not a thing. I've only seen, matter of fact, in my 11 years, I haven't seen more than one handful of injuries, serious injuries. Maybe a handful.
Shit, yeah. I mean, hell, in my time of training, I've seen maybe 2 handfuls of injuries. I don't even think that. Serious injuries. I mean, of course, you get bruises and
yeah, you're gonna get rocked. And that could be part of it too. They scared to get hurt, even if it's a temporary hurt.
Of course, you know, some people scared of getting rocked.
Right, exactly.
But it's better to get rocked in class and get rocked out there on the street.
That's
scared to get touched.
Love. That's somebody rocking you to help you.
Some people scared to get touched. I know men that's that you know that handle themselves out there in the street. They scared to get choked. You know, and my thing about those things, the things you're scared of, you know, in physical altercations, it makes perfect sense for you to train those things in a controlled environment with somebody who understands the techniques of what you're fearing. So then you can understand what, and this is real. I had a fear. I didn't tell anybody this. Baba might only know because I asked him questions about it. I've never told anybody this. I had a fear since I started martial arts, before this, of somebody putting me in an ankle lock. And as soon as somebody grabs my ankle in wrestling, or I used to grapple and stuff, somebody grab my ankle, I stop what I'm doing and get out and try to get free, which will get you effed up because they didn't even have nothing, but I don't know that. And I'm so afraid of getting my ankle locked. As soon as they grab my ankle, I let go of what I got. I got something for real over here. And that could cause your life in a life and death situation. So I got one of those little got what I don't even know what you call it, Dan. That's what it is, Dan, which is the soft cloth dummy. And I made sure I got Baba to show me what an ankle lock was and a knee bar a few times, if you don't realize it, from different ways and stuff. And I didn't say nothing about it, but that was my fear, and I had to feel it. And I got to let him put me in it a couple times. At the same, I can bowl out the strongest, biggest dude. I let him put me in it. I wanted to feel what's going on when you're getting close to being put in it. That helps you. Now you know. If you're scared of being choked, somebody got you around the neck. They don't have a chokehold though. You don't have to panic because you know it's not there. They don't have it. So it can save you, man. It really is. Oh yeah. Anyway.
All right. So going back to what Bila was saying, another excuse is I need to get in shape first. You don't come to the bathtub clean. If you want to get in shape to defend your life and the lives of those you love, you have to train to defend your life and the lives of those you love. Nothing will get you in shape for self-defense as much as training, sparring, and drilling with people of equal or greater strength, speed, and skill will. Steel sharpens steel as men sharpen men. Another thing about that too is it gets you into the mindset of wanting to be stronger, wanting to be fitter, because now you're thinking about how that would help you in these scenarios that you're in. How being quicker, how, training your reflexes, how being stronger would help you. But if you're not putting yourself in that mindset, then you know it'll be more difficult to focus, I think.
Another thing is too, you don't know this, but, and I don't mean to keep saying what not mean you personally, but the type of strength you need, one strength for benching and weightlifting is a different strength for me putting my hands on you, right? And you build that up. That type of strength builds up quicker in class, touching another human, doing certain techniques with each other will build up strength, not just strength, but it'll build up conditioning. It'll condition your body in a way that weights, working out will not condition you to.
Yeah, but
So again, the bathroom clean thing, I'm gonna have to copy paste that and put that on a post on African Martial Arts page. That's just too cold. Yeah.
My manifesto said, I've heard Filipino techniques allow for longevity, high level masters in their 80s. Any combative martial art, you're going to be able to use the techniques
Right.
into your whatever, hundreds or whatever it is. But there's a deficit that takes place between your 30s and your 80s is different.
Yeah, but
It has to be. I can still move at a high level when we're doing energy drills and out here in the street. I could move at a high level. In my 80s, I'll still be able to move and defend myself, but I can. There's going to be a drop off at a certain time. Okay. Well, I won't be able to do the barrel roll no more.
I wonder.
It is because I can feel certain pains now that I didn't feel in my 20s.
I know what you mean.
But I'm a smarter, more efficient fighter now than I was in my 20s.
Right.
So I'm able to use the techniques in a more effective way. But if I knew what I knew now in my 20s,
oh boy.
Oh my God.
But certain things, like you said, it makes sense. Like you're not 80 years old. You could be in great physical condition. You're not going to get up as fast as you did when you were 50.
Right.
It may be unnoticeable, maybe even to other people, but there's no way that you can. You know what I'm saying? I feel what I feel now versus what I felt when I was 30.
Right.
I think about what I'm gonna be feeling when I'm 80.
Right. Right.
I'm gonna be moving. You might not know what's going on. I'm gonna be like, oh, whoa, oh man, that was something. All I did was turn and look and feel all type of shit.
Like the students can't really see the deficit that I have.
Oh yeah, I've told you. Yeah.
But I can
only
feel
you
it.
gonna feel that.
I can feel it. They may not be able to see it, but I can certainly feel it. Okay. I used to be able to punch 8-9 times a second. I can punch 8 times a second now, but not to effect. I can probably punch 6 or 7 times now. Probably 6, but it used to be 8. Just the way it is, you know. Most people can't punch 1 time to effect, but you know, yeah, about 8 times. Went from angry Ram to strategic lamb. Yeah, exactly.
I remember that song too. It was the moment I feared.
That's a good one. Yep, I went from angry ram to strategic lamb. Yes.
That's hilarious.
Now, self-defense is, this is 10. Self-defense is useless against multiple attackers. Maybe the martial art you've studied or researched are useless against multiple attackers.
Right.
It doesn't mean all are. Isn't the battlefield a multiple attack situation? So when soldiers are in battle, it's a multiple attack situation.
Right.
Having warriors survive the battlefield for thousands of years, stop making excuses. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu people, they love saying that. We can't fight multiple attackers because they're on the ground, but you can't either. No, you can't. But you can't speak to other systems. You can't. Because you don't know them.
Right.
So all you know is the ground, and you're very closed off, closed-minded when it comes to other systems. So you don't know that there are arts that can do that. When I was first showing me grabbing punches on online, they were like, "Oh, that's fake."
Right.
First of all, you're seeing it, so it's not fake, but it's like you can't grab punches. You can't grab a punch. I do it all the time.
I get the same look I got on the picture.
Right. I do it all the time. And then even in boxing, you throw a punch, they'll, boop, boop, boop. Well, all they have to do is just move a little bit more and grab it.
Right. They got gloves on and you see them ride the punch.
Right. So stop that. Stop all that bullshit about you can't do this and this and this. You don't know unless you know.
Yeah,
I don't get into really what other arts can't do. I'm really not concerned about what they can't do or what they can do. I'm concerned about what we can do.
Right.
So I don't talk about so-and-so. If so-and-so can do, can throw 3 people at one time, they can throw 3 people at one. We can't throw 3 people at one time. We can't. But
if they can, we want to see it. We want to.
yeah. Now I want to see it. And hopefully you can break down to me how that's done.
Yeah, exactly. We open to listen and learning if you could do that.
Right. So that's what you should do, as opposed to saying you can learn
right
from other people what they can do, and then you're able to use it. Okay. That's it. Now, I Mendoza said that's reflexes from training. Yes, catching the punch. Yes, it is reflexes from training. But they're getting to the point now from their training. It's not long, like decades of training. They're getting to the point that they could catch somebody's punch because the techniques are there. Now the timing got to be there, and you can do that, right? A lot of people do it. They do the thing where they turn their back and catch the punch between their arms. It's called catch and kiss. They catch it, they'll kiss it, and they'll turn around and punch you in the face or something. I ain't kissing nobody's punch. I'm gonna catch their punch. The kiss part, I'm not gonna do, right?
I definitely know I catch the average person out there, but that's not, of course, not what I trained to catch.
Right.
But yeah.
So, you'll see everybody just catching punches in our class eventually. So
we don't all strive to catch punches like Bob. Sometimes
I don't like just I'm catch this punch. When he punches at me, no, I'm trying to stop the punch, either with a cover or to destroy the punch or something like that, and then
unless we got a few new students, then you got to catch a couple punches. You got to show.
Well, yeah,
give it to me now. Give it to me. Whoa, give it to me now. Oh,
yeah, I do that. I do that. But it's easier if he punches. You break
That's
it
much
enough,
easier.
then you can really it's easy then. All right, so that's the 10.
Yes.
Delay.
All right. So, as I was saying earlier, protecting oneself and others is a basic human function. So we should prepare for our protection, if you will. We prepare for a visit to the grocery store by making a list, right? Eggs, check. Bread, check. Milk, check. But how do we prepare for our protection? We train. Now let's make it plain. Training is not about fantasizing about a squad of police officers in pig masks attacking you with extendable steel batons and how you would disarm them, in your head and everything. Training is about being ready for problematic and plausible threats, how to avoid them if at all possible, and how to deal with them in a violent encounter if a violent encounter is inevitable. Training is about keeping yourself and your loved ones safe from harm and staying in control during unavoidable situations. So real quick, I wish I could just relay how important the training is versus the staying calm, because I can actually see myself in similar situations, untrained versus trained, and how I handle them. Since I've been trained, I've had people come up to me and try me right off the gate. I had drunk people swing on me. I've had somebody walk in my door unlocked, somebody walk into my house. I had people in my face, like they're about to get aggressive, like it's about to pop off, like they're saying they're going to do certain things. And it's a big difference when you train, when you have trained versus either training or experience. If you got a lot of experience with people being in your face, jumping on you and whatever, then that's training too. So, but you still need the training to go along with those experiences. So that's the thing that I think people, one of the things people miss the most, that I always talk to Bob about, and that's the awareness, the self-awareness, the mindset when you train. And avoidance happens because you don't get carried away.
Yeah, well,
sometimes avoidance happens because I don't have to prove nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? So you acting like this, that's not gonna make me put my hands on you. When before you acting like that, well, now I gotta act too. You know what I'm saying? When your ego, you talking crazy, now I gotta talk crazy.
Right.
Because you talking crazy to me out here in front of these people, I gotta talk crazy to you. But I don't know when it happened. It had to be over 5 years ago. But I do not argue with people in public. I don't argue with customer service. Once I know I can't once it's over, that's it. I'm not about to say, well, motherfucker, let me tell you something. I don't do that. Because first of all, what's in it? What do I get out of that? I don't get nothing out of that. And if you're in front of me and you just talking, if I put my hands on you, what am I going to get out of that? Besides whipping your ass because you said something. Now everything is escalated. You was just talking. I put my hands on you. So now what am I going to do? Am I going to just if I just punch him in the nose and what, are you going to follow me home? how far do I have to take this now? Because you just talking, because you stepped on the street, because you whatever. It's that's the point that people really miss. I'm sorry about it. I go on my little rants, but people really don't see that because you can't unless you're in it. But that's what it does. Even when you with people, you can be with somebody, something happened, and they about to go. Hold up, bro. This nigga ain't saying that. The clown.
Right.
Some clown shit. What we about to do? And just not saying nothing. Somebody talking to me crazy, and I'm sitting there looking, and then they just stop and be like, you know what? I don't feel like this is the right motherfucker to play with. Let me shut the fuck up. That happens a lot too. So, yeah, man, the mindset is so important. People have the opposite thought process. They think I'm a train now. I'm a hurt my child trained. They're gonna want to hurt somebody. I train now. I'm a. It doesn't happen. Even if that's what you set out thinking you want, it doesn't work like that. The responsibility, now you know too much to do certain things. You can't go back to being ignorant. You can't unsee certain shit. You can't unknow. And that's the blessing of this thing. That's one of the biggest blessings. Anyway, excuse me.
Real quick, Jamal 9 said, I've seen Dennis Newsom do the kiss and punch in real time. Yeah, so Dennis Newsom, he is the person that introduced Jailhouse Rock to really the world. When he taught what's his name in Lethal Weapon, he taught him.
Mel Gibson,
yeah. But Dennis Newsom, Maestre Preto Vale. You all heard me speak about him before.
Thank you, I manifested.
It's him. That's who that is. I manifesto said, is it good to train two different things at the same time, like Kali, Salat, and 52 blocks? Yes. Now, if you're trying to synthesize them, it's good to have a handle on one first.
Yeah.
And then add the other to supplement what you know. All right, or complement what you know to complete it. But
it's good to take dance too, right, Baba?
Well, the battlefield is rowdy, just as the dancing ground is rowdy. You can, if you're learning dance, there are martial art techniques in dance, all dance. But you'd have to know the martial art technique first to know that. But dance can get you in shape for martial art.
Yeah, or if you're a martial artist that hasn't trained in a while, dance can get you in shape. You know what I mean? And you can bring it back.
Let me see.
Can I answer this one? TWF said, can having a warrior's mindset keep people from wanting to mess with you? Yeah, absolutely. And so the real easy way, the common way is a person is walking, y'all both walking down the street, somebody's walking towards you and they're looking for somebody, they're looking for a victim. If you got a warrior's mindset and you're not walking looking in your phone, you're not walking looking at the buildings may be pretty in the trees and the flowers and stuff, but you have a situation and self-awareness. So you looking around, you see this guy approaching you, and he look at you, you make eye contact, and he see you make eye contact, and a lot of times what happens in that situation is they look down and they go about their business. He paying attention to me. She paying attention. I can't evict them. That's just self-awareness and situation awareness. So that avoids people messing with you. But another thing is you strategic if you have a warrior's mindset.
There you go.
Real quick. It's a real quick story. My Audi, I had timing chain issues. Not everybody can fix that. So it was this Jamaican dude. older guy. Well, not that older, but he was older than me, a couple years older than me. And I took my my car to him across the street from my house. 2 weeks later, I walk in and say, "Hey, just want to see what the progress is." I haven't started yet. I get to it. Get to it. I get to it soon. Get to it soon. Okay, cool. At the end of the week, I come back. He say, "Hey, have you started on the car?" "No, man, I haven't started on the car yet." Come back later. Come back later. Shoot me off. Come back later. Come back again. Come back again. Come back the third time. He say, I say, "Hey, I'm checking on the car." He said, "Man, I told you the car not finished yet, man. Come back there. I told you, blah, 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 blah." Just cut me up. I turned around. I walked outside. I live right across the street. I took my truck home and I walked back up there. And when I walked up there, I walked behind the counter. The lady, the whole time I've been like this. "Hey man, I kind of talk like this a little bit. I ain't really got no bass in my voice. Like, man, just come check on the car, man. Is everything okay with the car?" "Oh, okay, all right, bro. I'll be back." Just like the whole time. You might as well see my hands like this while I'm talking. That's what I imagine, my hands like this when I'm talking to people most of the time in business. I'm like this. "Hey, hey, no problem, no problem." And I walked in there, walked behind the counter, grabbed my keys. The lady behind the lady behind the counter was shocked. She didn't even say nothing. Grabbed the keys and walking. The dude run in and he said, "Hey man, he fussing." And I just turned and looked at him. That's all I did. I just looked at him. I stopped and looked at him. And in the middle of him fussing, he said, "What you want?" And he just stopped. And he realized this is not the person that I've been talking to the past couple times that walked in here. This ain't the same dude. That's the element of surprise. I tell stories like this. I do this not all the time because I don't get in a lot of shit. But when it happens, I want the element of surprise. I want you to think I'm this. I want you to think it's about to be one way, and then it's another way. And I just looked at him. And he stopped talking, and I just walked out. Storage, whatever price he was talking for having the car, I don't care what you talking about. And that's a warrior's mindset as well. So I just had to. It's so many different ways. We call them nuggets that happen when you do the technique right. You might poke the eye out, hit them you was just going for one thing. That's a nugget of doing the technique right. Well, it's the same thing in life as a warrior. We get nuggets just by being a warrior sometimes. Things go a certain way, and you ain't trying to do, you just being you.
All right, we get nuggets from the show. I would say I work downtown in downtown Atlanta, so there's always or frequently, some different things to be paying attention to. And I would say one nugget that I got from Baba is when there's multiple people together, make sure that you going around them or make sure that you crossing the street and letting them walk together, because that can always be some type of potential situation. If it's a few people who you don't know, and me being a woman, being downtown at different times of the day and night, being by myself, I'll automatically know, okay, I'll cross the street when this happens. Okay, I do, I know different things to do to make sure that I'm being safe.
And men should do that. Bible talk about that as a man. So, the ego is put to the side sometimes. I see a dude walking, he look big, he look like he crazy, but fuck, I ain't gonna cross the street. Exactly. I don't care how big and crazy he look. I can't show him I'm scared of big and crazy. Then you walk by, he choke you up and slam you.
Right. You catch you from behind.
Funny. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's what happens. Training. I just want to tour the world, talk about training for a year. I could do this. I could just talk about the mindset and how important it is. Because until you see it and feel it and you in it, I don't know if we can relay it, the importance of it enough. Because it's like everyday things I noticed is different now. Like, yeah, it's just I could talk about it for days, man. Shit don't even fall out the cabinet. I catch every drop. It's little things, man. It's little things. It's on you, Amaniki, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Many indulge in lifestyles without discipline, preferring the path of least resistance. The overall attitude of folks is geared toward seeking self centered comfort and convenience. Obesity is at an all time high, and the trivial distractions that surround us, from video games to our infatuation with Real Housewives and other trash TV, make us weaker and incidentally unprepared. No matter your age or the physical condition you are in right now, this is the time to begin a new regimen, to develop a mindset that will turn you into a survivor who can live with confidence and freedom in this changing world. The world is a dangerous place and getting more so with each passing day. And most of us are as shea butter soft as we've ever been. It's not a question of if, but when the next man made or natural disaster will occur. I don't say this lightly or to frighten you to get likes and follows, but to give you the facts. If you want to make believe that all is just fine or that there is little or no value in training to make yourself more capable to defend yourself and keep your head in the sand, you'll get nothing out of it except sand in your eyes, ears, and nose. And eventually you'll get what's coming to you.
And,
Which is the very thing that you're avoiding.
We haven't said this, but please do not. It's for everyone out here. Do not consider yourself a revolutionary and not training.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Revolutionary skill will get the revolutionary kill.
See, bro, that's why I said that. I didn't want to take the quote. I was about to say the quote, but I was like, no, I'm gonna save it. I knew you were gonna say it if I said it exactly. Thank you, Bob.
If you think about it, definitively, the word, revolutionary has revolution. If you really think that is going to happen at some point in your lifetime, like, what are you doing? How are you preparing for that to happen?
It's gonna be a cyber revolution.
You got to be prepared for that too, right? Eventually, that's going to hit your real life, wherever it starts. So,
the cold hard reality is that the vast majority of people are simply not equipped to successfully deal with impending violence and potentially fatal mishaps. But the vast majority are well equipped to not train, complain, and for the trained to have disdain. Bars. I look forward to the day when this is no longer true. Until then, I'll do everything in my power to teach you, my children, my wife, and my other loved ones how to be survivors and not statistics. We're going to keep providing you with a step-by-step plan for action to keep you alive during the most deadly circumstances.
Yeah, Bob.
I just want to say thank you, Baba, as I kill this ant on my. Thank you, Baba. I appreciate you as I've been doing this thing now for over a decade.
Mm-hmm.
I look back. No, but to be committed and dedicated to teaching your people and to do that in the face of us being in our own way is not an easy thing to do, because these excuses that we read now, we hear these things day in and day out, and when we don't hear them, we see them in the people, that some that we love and some that we just we're friends with, some that we just see on social media, but people we see every day, and that bites you. You know what I'm saying? It bites you when you see that, when you love your people, when you want the best for your people, that bites at you. So it's just, so I understand the dedication it takes now, that I've been further into it, that it takes to have that and to keep going in the midst of us going against ourselves. You know what I'm saying? It's not an easy thing to do, y'all. let me say, Baba could be teaching some corporate white folks somewhere making $1 million. And we wouldn't know him. He wouldn't be on the show. He'd have nice suits, you know what I'm saying, limos and everything. We wouldn't be getting any of this. I would not be the warrior, the man, the father that I am now. We wouldn't have these. I know he don't like when I do this. I'm gonna stop. We wouldn't have all these books that we have that we can go to, that we don't have to ask him a lot of questions. Sometimes we can go to books. These books about urban survival preparedness that's adapted for us. Like, you're not going to find this information. You're not going to find how Africans should be protecting themselves.
Right. The people who look like you.
Mindset we have, the way our bodies are mechanically made to move. The person all right. Enough. Y'all know the importance of this shit.
Yeah, well.
Stop making excuses. Get off your ass. We have some great posts on the African Martial Arts website. All you have to do is start. The rest will come. That's the hardest part, to start. Break that barrier.
A ton of videos now. A ton of training videos from this show that you can go and consult and see how to use certain tools and see how to use your hands. There's definitely a wealth of information.
I just want to say real quick, he was talking about he was thinking about Qigong. He feel like he needs yoga now that his sciatic nerve lower back is getting better. Yoga again, for back strengthening is great. You can actually Google yoga for back strengthening. That's what I did after my 2 accidents that really I still go to, but they strengthened my back to a point now where I forget that I have 7 herniated discs in my neck and my back. I really do. I feel things, but I can move very well, and that comes from yoga and actually stretching and nutrition, taking care of yourself, not putting too many carbs or starches, to mess you up. It really will cause a lot of aches and pains. So I just wanted to address that one time. Know how that feels, sir.
I was gonna address something that I guess I don't know, Zo Infinite, or I don't know how to pronounce it.
Infinite, I think.
Zo Infinite. Right. Said that Solomon didn't kill ants when Bila was talking about killing an ant. I was surprised that he said that because he doesn't normally do that. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what's going on right now with him and the ants, but
I actually didn't kill it.
Oh, see.
It's like I'm looking at it right now, and it's not an ant. It's some type of hybrid. You know those hybrid spider things? I'm gonna try to catch it for y'all. God dang it! It jumped off again. I didn't kill it. Thank you very much. I am wise. I did not kill it. Or a hybrid animal. Yes.
Jason Wakeman. So
infinite, so is my wisdom.
Jason Wakeman asks, do training plans vary depending on what types of situations you are preparing to defend yourself in? No. Training plans don't change. First of all, you shouldn't be preparing to defend yourself in a situation where you can okay, I want to defend myself against somebody using a knife thrust or something like that. You want to train for it, but you don't prepare for it.
Yes.
You don't prepare for any attack. You just train for the attacks, and then because when they come, they're going to come in ways that you weren't expecting. You just flow with what's going on.
And I think another way to say what he's saying is training versus preparing. The only reason I'm reiterating is because I heard you say this like 10 years ago, and I remember my understanding versus my understanding now. I just freak out about the little stuff like this, man. But you know, it's a say you know this dude is outside. He's gonna attack you or whatever. Or I don't like to say you about to fight this guy because just that terminology messes with me. But let's just say you got a guy about you that's gonna attack you when you know whatever reasons, and you seen him fight 6 dudes just now. What he did was he threw a hook and then he kicked them in the stomach. Each one of them, hook, kicked them in the stomach, hook, kicked them in the stomach. You can't go out there saying, okay, he gonna hook me and kick me to the stomach. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna just put my hand up like this because I know the hook coming, and I'm gonna step back because I know it's going. You can't prepare for that because you do this, get ready for the hook, and what the fuck is he doing? And put bop right, you know what I mean? You can't. That's not necessarily going to happen just because you've seen it happen or you think it's going to happen, and that's preparing for it versus training for a big dude or a strong dude. You're training for strength. You train. You're just training. You know somebody. You different encounters going to come, but you never know what somebody's going to do. Right. I don't care if they've done it a million times. You never know what they're going to do. They don't know what they're going to do, even though they think they know. I didn't explain that as good as I wanted to.
That's very reassuring and inspiring, knowing you had that many damaged discs. Thanks.
Well, I'm not reassured knowing I got that many damaged discs. I'm glad you are. No, that's real. That's real though. You strengthen everything when you have damaged discs. You have to strengthen everything around that. Yeah. You know, so you look up and you research how to strengthen your ligaments and your tendons and your versus your muscles. Those are different exercises and different things you have to do. So look into that, man. Your back, for men is, and I can't speak for women. I'm not sure, but I know for men, the lower back is one of the number one issues. And I think the number one physical issue, besides, I'm not talking about diet, things that come from diet, but just physical ailments, is the lower back. Is because first we're lifting, but secondly, nobody really focuses on the lower back, and anything you're doing in the front, if you don't do to the back, you create a deficit. So if you're lifting, if you're benching, if you're working out, if you're doing crunches and you strengthening your midsection in the front, then you need to do something in the back, or you're creating a deficit in your body. You're pulling one way, it's pulling from another way. You need that balance.
And problems in your back causes erectile dysfunction.
Yeah,
causes many problems with men.
I had to get back fast.
So if you're suffering from ED, it can be other things, of course, but a lot of times it's your back.
That is very, very true.
So,
and dehydration.
Work on that.
Question concern. And I noticed nobody listed the reasons why nobody ain't say nothing. They just got the chat kind of got a little quiet. I ain't see nobody say, you know what my issue is. We didn't, we didn't.
What can take the place of video games? I know role-playing board games is an example. Well, role-playing games, they're not board games, but what type of training can take the place of video games? Now, first of all, that's from Jadarian. I hope that's a joke or so.
I think I know what he might be saying.
As far as the children go?
No. So if it's not a joke, I know that in certain parts of China, they actually have these guns, like almost like laser guns or whatever. You see what I'm talking about, ain't you, Bob? With the screens on them, and they going around town, and it's like they are. Yeah. Now that's the only type of training. That's the only type of video game I know that's going to give you some real type of training. Only the training you get from
Maybe he's talking about mindset, not just you know.
Yeah, because I was about to say the training you get from those military games where you shooting people and stuff, you get to learn about weapons. You learn about tools, and you may learn about certain strategies, but that's not training.
Well, like in those games, what is
That's
it?
terminology.
Not Fortnite, but the other one that's popular, the military
Halo.
game. Yeah, Halo and all that.
Look at me knowing games.
It's not really. You're not really learning about those weapons for real. The way you learn weaponry for real is you go to an outdoor range and you shoot that mug. Then you go to like a kill house or something like that, and you're practicing in the kill house with those weapons. That's how you really learn the weapon.
DJ Inby, thank you. We really appreciate you.
But
airsoft is definitely good training.
But yes,
you do it right.
airsoft is pretty good training. The only thing with airsoft people, and I've met several, most airsoft people, they swear, goddamn, that they're actually special forces, and they're not. They don't know nothing about it. They don't know nothing about the training. They don't know nothing about. I mean, they may know something about the training they looked up.
Right. Okay, so yeah, you need somebody still to be able to show you strategies, techniques, and you know what I'm saying?
Right, because airsoft dudes, they did a video.
Yep, I knew he was going to talk about it.
Special forces, I think it was one special forces guy went
against
against
the top airsoft people.
And destroyed them.
Yeah.
So, but airsoft will, it'll get you ready for what you can get ready for. But I'd say not even special forces person. Goddamn, I take a infantryman from the army. Shit, somebody just out of basic training to go against the top airsoft people, and they'll give them a go. What basic training conditioning do you recommend for martial arts other than going to class? Going to class? The other one is taking this warrior class, and then going to class.
Yeah, some type of class. You gotta go to some type of. You gotta touch another body, and you need somebody instructing you on. If you're a martial artist already, then basic training would
manifest is that manifest?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Those games like Ghost Recon do have real tactics. I don't know Ghost Recon.
I do. Yes, it does have real tactics, but how can you implement those in real life? Besides, you have an understanding. That's what I was saying. It's terminology, right? So you do have terminology. But that's not going to really. I'm just going to say, but that's not. That terminology is good to know. It's a difference. Even if you've done airsoft, it's a difference in knowing, okay, we're going to do this formation. You see it. You see the formation. We're going to do this. We're going to run down there, duck down. You take him out. You take him out. You take him out. Okay. Now to do it with the guns and to be running and your heart beating and you taking on fire, it's a whole different thing. It's like Baba said, it's one thing you could be an expert marksman by yourself shooting at a range. And then you try outside while somebody's shooting around you, while explosions may be going off, right, while blood and guts. But no, I'm just saying you simulate that. Try to shoot while it's gunshots and gunfire. Now this person can't hit nothing. It's a totally different thing. So
DJ Envy, well, first Jajara said, yeah, that's what I meant. People play games for recreational fun. What training can be done instead of recreational fun? Me and Billy actually are working on a book about games and recreational fun for people that can be used as far as warriors. We're supposed to be working on the book.
Yeah, I was thinking, wait a minute, because I'm thinking about the other thing we're doing. I was like, wait a minute, that ain't what we're doing. No, we're doing that. Thank you, Bob. I forgot about that.
So there are different war games, if you will, and warrior games, and of course, people know they know things like that.
We might have to adapt. We might have to change the book a little bit, Bob. You just said it. We might have to change the book a little bit. We'll talk about it after the show.
Okay, so that's that, Jadaron. So we'll be bringing out some stuff on that. I've heard a lot of martial arts studios are mostly kids. Yes. Do you have any tips for people who encounter this? Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah. So if it's a place that's geared towards mostly children, find some place else if you can to train.
I was about to do it.
Y'all remember on Chappelle's show when I'm sorry, this is just a little bit to the side, when Rick James said Charlie Murphy probably taking martial arts with the children.
So if you got a bunch of cars within the children's class, they're gonna be doing stuff like hey, let's pass this ball around. The potato, the hot potato. Pass the hot potato to the next person. Hey, that's good for getting young children coordinated and
250 a week.
I would think they probably targeting children too. If it's a class that is only children, that's because they seeking that out. So that's what they trying to
get the most money for children.
Right, exactly.
That's a daycare.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They getting bread for those kids. Yeah. So you got that, and then you got the high
contracts, one of them plans or whatever.
You have the second highest rate of pedophilia going on,
right?
As well.
So I would say go to a judo school, Filipino martial arts school. Unless you're in Atlanta. If you're in Atlanta, come to high school.
Or Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama. Any place that's near here. Florida. Hell, come on down. But if not, do judo or Filipino martial arts, an adult class.
Yes.
Okay, or a mixed class, so adults and children. In there, those will be better suited for you.
Has anyone ever practiced stealth recon in real life? Is it valuable or not?
Yes, so I have trained in stealth and recon. They're two different things, by the way. Is it valuable or not with risk? Or not?
Is it valuable or not worth it? I think that's what he was trying to say, because you put worth under that. Depends on who's teaching you, I guess.
Yeah, so it's valuable. It's valuable to learn stealth. It's valuable to learn reconnaissance. That's it.
Herb.
It's valuable.
That's the whole post.
That's right. Let me see. I did paintball war games and thought how insane and chaotic real battle would be. Yeah, exactly. I've done paintball. Man. I've done real combat. Paintball ain't like real combat.
No.
Not.
Sure.
I've gotten shot multiple times by paintballs.
Hey, I've seen paintballs zoom by my face, and I've heard bullets zoom by my face. A totally different feeling.
Totally different feeling. Yes.
But he's right though.
You want to shit yourself.
But he's right though. I've been with the paintball. I ain't bullshit. I've been with my paintball rifle in the cut. They trying to find me. They shoot. Your heart is beating, and you are moving, and it is simulating combat as close, as you can get to a certain extent. So it's good. It's good training. You can learn from it, but don't put too
I
much
like to
into
use the word recon, something tough about it.
it.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Well, I will say this, we've had so also one of the things you may have heard us talk about is we have these camps that the Urban Survival Preparedness Institute, which Baba is co-founder of. We've had camps where we actually have done a little practice, a little stealth, a little reconnaissance. We've had drills that we didn't even know we were going to do that we've had to do. And
Many.
huh?
I said many.
Right. And so you definitely see the benefits of, for one, if you learn reconnaissance, if you learn, stealth, then you'll be able to spot reconnaissance and you'll be able to spot out stealth. So that's one of the biggest reasons you want to know, let's say, how to follow somebody so you can know if you're being followed, so, and because you may need to follow somebody. So yeah, this is definitely good training. But the key is, and it's hard, you have to really check, like Bob was saying about these schools, you got to check these people's background. You really got to check, like, like who you leave your kids with. You got to really know what's going on, because the problem with, the issue with this martial arts and training is similar to finding a mechanic. If you don't know anything about mechanics, you're at the mercy of that person. So when you're going out and looking for this training, it's better to, like Bob was telling you, art to go check out. He's not giving you names, because the art itself is a decent art. You can go pretty much anywhere, but check out these people. Make sure they're qualified to be teaching you. What qualifications do they have? Because the truth is, if you don't know nothing, I can tell you anything. You know what I'm saying? I had a tree service.
Books.
Right. I had a tree service. And I used to go under. I was so smart. I just pat myself on the back. I didn't. I found a bigger Black-owned tree service when I had my tree service, because I had just gotten out there. So I would ask the other tree services, "Hey man, I will work for you as one of your climbers, as one of your general workers, just to see how you work. I want to see how big business is or whatever." And some of those folks would go out and the tree got some green stuff on it. He'd be like, "Oh yeah, your tree's diseased. I got some chemicals in the back. Spray it. $250 extra." I'd be like, "Oh man, what's that?" He's like, "Dishwashing liquid." I was like, "Oh shit, they have a tree." He look at me like this. You don't know. Your car clinking. Oh man, that's you're gonna need another solenoid switch on that. That we're gonna need that. What do you know about a damn solenoid switch? Nothing. So if I tell you the punch like this and go, huh? You're gonna believe it. And that's what you're gonna do. And when you punch me, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, strong punch." Yes. Your confidence is gonna go up.
Right. You're gonna keep coming back.
Belts.
You're gonna sign that contract.
You're gonna break some cracked wood. And you're gonna go out there one day and you go, that's gonna beat your ass. That's what's good. That's why you better know your teacher. I gotta say this last thing. I seen it, so I gotta say it. And I just thought it was very, if you disclaimer, I just saw, this is what I saw, and this is my takeaway from it. I think I sent Bob a clip maybe recently. It was this, I don't know what it is in Capoeira when you're doing the thing, when you're in the circle. All right. But it was in the circle. It was two women.
Oh, okay.
And they started off, they saluted, they did the side to side thing, and then as soon as it's ready to go, when the girl said, boop, hit the other girl in the eye. No, you're right. I think it was the elbow. I think she caught her with the elbow. Boop, hit her with the elbow. And when she did, the other girl said, boop. And the next thing you know, they were fighting. And the wildest thing came into my mind. I could not help but notice that these two capoeira practitioners look like street fighters all of a sudden when they got into a fight. And the first thing I thought about is nobody did no capoeira. Why did they do no capoeira? They just started punching each other. Like, where was the thing that you trained?
Because that's not fighting in their mind. That's not really what fighting is. And that's interesting. Yeah.
Now,
So I'm just saying, listen, my brother is a capoeira instructor in New York City. So I'm not a hater. This is the first time I've ever seen this. I've never seen capoeira people get into a fight. I've seen them hit each other, kick each other to get a little rowdy on the dance floor, like Baba said. But I've never seen them get into a fight where people had to come and pull them off each other. And the number one thing is they started punching, they locked up, and then guess what happened? They went to the ground.
I've seen capoeira people fighting each other, literally. And it's the same thing. Ain't no capoeira happening. But I've seen
Kung Fu.
I've seen kung fu person fighting another a person who's not a kung fu person, and they ain't doing kung fu.
I think kung fu and kung fu people fight each other, and it ain't kung fu.
I've seen karate fight. Now I've seen a karate person who fought a street fighter, and they use karate.
Yes.
And they.
What about karate and karate?
Now, one time I saw that whoop that ass. The karate cop whooped the person's ass. Another time, it was on my block. This karate cop was messing around with this brother's wife, and he got his ass whooped by that brother.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to do a karate kick. The dude moved off to the side, and the karateka's leg got caught up on the fence.
Did you call him a Karate Kid?
And the brother, no, and that was all the brother needed. He started whooping that dude's ass. So it can go either way with karate. I've never seen a karate person fight a karate person like actually fighting each other.
I have.
I've seen Taekwondo, my sister.
My fault, that's what I've seen. I've seen Taekwondo dudes fight each other.
Yeah, so I've seen my sister fight another Taekwondo person, another sister. And so what had happened, they were sparring back, boom, doing the hey, Carl, whatever they be saying, when they do the, and the sister got mad at my sister. And after they stopped at the bell or whatever, she then kicked her in the face. And my sister, what did you do that for? So they kept going at it. Right, kept going at it. My sister, bow, 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 whooping that ass. So the sister said, "Oh, we can go at it for real." My sister took the gloves off. Woo. Let's go. And then the teacher stopped him. She's like, we can go after class, my sister. And the girl's like, nah, just forget it, it was just, what did you say, a hot, it was hot mindset or whatever, something like that. And my sister was like, yeah, well, it can stay hot. We can go after this. We can do, so she wasn't going to give it up, but, she eventually did.
Before the thing, if it's up, then it's up.
Right. Exactly. So, and now let me see, laughing out loud. Ross picked something, how I got kicked out of a mattress store before.
Yes, we are going to finish that book.
Yes, we are going to finish the book, Jadarian. If what I was going to say about martial arts that when they're not using their techniques and they start looking like street fighting and all that, that's because their instructor was piss poor in his methodologies.
Mm.
So he didn't teach them to use what they have, really.
How to use it effectively, yeah.
Right. So he's teaching them maybe how to do a technique, but not really how to do a technique. Not how to use the technique, not when to use the technique. The biggest thing is when we use our martial art.
But wouldn't you think also some of it could be contributed to the fact that it's some of the stuff isn't practical, and when you're in that situation, it's practical to go straight instead of.
Well, it's only not practical. It's once again, it's the instructor teaching it. Because you can take any martial art and teach it practically. Well, almost any martial art.
That's because you see that's what a master can do.
So you can't. I won't name them arts, but there are a couple of arts that no, those they're just practical. You're not going to be able to teach that and do nothing practical with that. But most arts, you can use them in a practical way if it's taught that way. The problem, most instructors are not practical.
Good point. And they don't even know they're not practical because they've
Right.
never been on the battlefield. They've not battle tested. The techniques aren't battle tested. All right, okay, yeah. I forgot.
So that's the problem. And it's an ongoing problem because they taught you impractically, then you teach people impractically when you become an instructor.
I have no idea.
And it's just spread down the line.
You got 10 generations of kicking a knife out somebody's hand. No, I mean, you're right. It's the instructors being impractical and delusional about their own shit.
Yes. If you believe that it's practical to kick a knife out of somebody's hand, you really you've never been in an encounter, and you definitely have not been in an encounter against a knife.
And if I get you to accept that, if I'm an instructor and I get you to accept that you can kick a knife out of somebody's hand, then that's fertilizer. That's going to be the ground that I'm going to plant the rest of my bullshit. Once I get you believe that, that's the fertilizer. I'm going to plant the rest of my bullshit in that.
But it's like you said, they don't know that they're teaching bullshit.
Well, yeah.
They think that's the real shit. So we know somebody that, kick a knife out hand. Okay, well, show me that. We know somebody that talk that kind of bullshit, right? Because they believe it. Well, right. Show it to me.
Right.
That's the thing that they ain't been challenged on.
The mat is true.
They don't be around people that are really combatants that say, well, show me.
The mat is the truth.
The mat's the truth. And so when we had our brother who said that, okay, well, show me. It wasn't me even. It was another student that, well, show me. I hit your femoral artery. Uh-oh. Now you're bleeding out. Uh-oh. So it's like it's ridiculous.
It's quick too, y'all can Google Kung Fu masters get into a fight. You can Google those things and see two masters get into a fight and how it looks. Two masters. I should be seeing a bunch of motherfucking animal styles. Right. I should be seeing techniques. I should not be seeing what looks like
windmill
American boxing. I don't even know why they fizzles like this. They never stay like this. As soon as the fight came, they both look like this. They kind of look like what we do a little bit. Any other time,
right?
What? I didn't see none of that. And I take dives. I'll be on there. I've seen a lot of so-called masters or at least practitioners, and I'll go all the way to, well, I'm just saying, look at it yourself, Google it yourself. Google a martial arts using a knife, and you'll see a lot of crazy things. I've seen it's a bunch of videos with jujitsu people trying to got people with knives they don't know what to do, or they throw the gun on the mat and you see what type of technique they use and all that crazy stuff.
Yeah,
so,
that's crazy as hell.
nah. Train, man, is no substitution.
Yeah,
That's the bottom line.
No
there was
substitution.
one thing I wanted to throw in. It's kind of off subject, but it was something that I experienced being downtown. A long time ago, I remember learning about how when there's martial law, or when when society gets to a certain point, that the police that are around us will function more as a military, and there will be another force of people who will automatically be deputized, and they will become like the police. And some of those people are like the meter maids and the civil servants and that kind of thing.
Mm.
I was downtown this week and I saw this police officer. He was like police casual. You know how they'll have on like the reflector vest and the khaki shirt and the brown pants or whatever when they're not in their like formal uniform. And he's like looking at somebody's car, looking all at these cars. And I'm like, why is he looking at all in these people's cars like this? And I get up on him, and it's a meter maid. He wasn't a police officer. And he was indistinguishable. I knew that I was about to pass by a police officer. So I just thought that was interesting. And I think that we should all, be in our cities looking to see what people are starting to look like. I know before they used to have like kind of a little uniform, but it wasn't like a uniform like that. It was something that you could tell by looking at them, that they weren't police. But that seems to be evolving. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, I like the connection. Since we random, I just want to say Steven Seagal is a piece of shit. I listened to a montage of Steven Seagal just talking crazy in interviews, and this motherfucker he's ridiculous. He's talking to somebody, and he says, yeah, I was training in somewhere out east somewhere, and then we were doing how you say in English, I said, what the fuck this motherfucker say? How you say in English? You mean your native tongue, motherfucker? Is that what you do? You just asked somebody how you say in English? He didn't say what's the word for it? He said how you say. What the fuck? How you say it in English? What the fuck? Yo, man, this motherfucker is delusionally crazy. I listened to him talk about his background. He must have lied at least 40 times about his mom was this, he was half this, he was half Jamaican, he's half Irish, he's half Russian, he's half Jewish, he's half Palestinian, he's half.
He is Jewish. That
true. Part is true. The rest of it, no matter what.
When he made the thing about Punani, made the.
You heard the song I played?
No, but I've heard his song.
Yeah, he got a Jamaican album. Nobody know he got a reggae album.
Get out of here.
And he uses a Jamaican accent. It's
when he did Mark for Death, he was telling people he had Jamaican in his family. Every movie he did, people was in his family. When he was with the Irish people, he had Irish people in his family.
Italian.
This motherfucker is crazy. I was like, oh, so he is out of his mind. And then he talked about, I'm sorry, I just saw that recently. I thought that was hilarious.
23, and she said 12, 23 and him. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Fake accent. Yes, he had an accent and everything. Everyone said, how you say in English? I stopped the interview right there. I said, God, I won't do no more. I won't do another damn second.
Now, I'll tell you what's true about him. He was trained and had a martial arts school dojo in Japan. That's true.
I believe it. That's
true. So he went to Japan, learned Aikido, became an Aikido instructor, opened a school in Japan. Was it successful? Yeah. I mean, he's 6'4", 6'5", so he was, big and doing the Aikido techniques on the people, a lot of power to it.
Beating their
ass, the little Japanese asses, right? So that look good. Now, Aikido is one of those arts. When I said it's
I knew it.
So that you can't say anything is practical about it. That's why in his movies, when he would do stuff like he's doing the traps and hitting, he's doing stuff from
other arts,
Filipino martial arts. He's doing the stuff from the Filipino martial arts, trying to make it seem like it's from Aikido, and it's not.
But again, that's the power of the media. That's the power of film, because you ain't telling me. I believed at the time Steven Seagal was the bad motherfucker. I believed it. I saw it on the screen, and I was like, "Oh, this motherfucker hit cold." In real life, I just know it. Know this nigga cold. He is cold. You see his face when he beating their ass? He got that straight stern face. The wrinkles right. He's got them 3 wrinkles right here where he got that beating it. That shit looks so cold. Yeah, it'll fool you, man. They did a number on us with how they promoted martial arts. You know, we've done a show on it. We think belts is common when ain't. That's what 12% of martial arts even use the belt system. But popularity wins everything. That's why That's Jean-Claude. I thought he was nice. I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was nice. Chuck Norris, I just thought he was just a killer. I was like, Chuck Norris he's the Green Beret, Special Forces. I thought all that about Chuck Norris.
So Chuck Norris was in the Air Force. I think he was a mechanic, something like that. Nothing wrong with mechanics, but that's not like Special Forces.
Oh shit! Do you see the power? This said interview in 1993 for what? Fujitani.
The only reason Stephen was awarded the black belt was because the judge, who was famous for his laziness, fell asleep during Stephen's presentation. Wow.
And I really appreciate the chat today, man. Y'all has really been on it. I appreciate y'all. Ross Throat. Beat Go Train.
Wow.
All right.
Just wanted to throw this out there.
John Claude Van Damme was funny to me.
We have the same birthday.
Who, John Claude Van Damme?
Yes.
Wow.
Next month.
You go ahead, you and John.
Jean Claude. He was funny to me. Fujitani was his first wife. Oh, okay.
Wow.
Wow.
That's wild.
Saying all kinds of things.
Is Steven Seagal ex-military or something?
No, you're talking about why he was over there.
You knew I was. How you knew?
I believe his family, his father was over there for something business.
Because he ended up being a sheriff he ended up being a real sheriff, police officer. I know that part.
Yeah, he ended up being a sheriff here.
Here? Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I thought he had.
In some little town where he lived at.
Again, movies. I thought he had military experience. He looked so good with the pistols on TV. I just knew he was him and Chuck Norris.
Hilarious.
I didn't want them two white men. I ain't want coming after me, boy. Chuck Norris and Steven Seagal. They was gonna get me.
Chuck Norris is more trained in combat than Steven. Steven ain't trained in combat at all.
I would say Chuck Norris is the most trained white man we've seen on screen. Would you say that?
No.
Who's the most trained white man we've seen on screen?
I'm
talking about Star.
The most trained white man?
Star.
Who's a star? I would say Jeff Speakman.
Who the fuck is Jeff?
Who?
I just said star. He said Jeff Speak. Who
Jeff Speakman.
Who is that?
From the Kempo dude.
Oh, the Perfect Weapon.
Yeah, that's him.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. I forgot to mention. No bullshit. When he came out, I'm not gonna lie. When he came out, I was like, "Oh, fuck the Steven Seagal day. Oh, he ain't shit. Steven Seagal ain't shit." I was scared of Steven Seagal until this motherfucker came out. I was like, "Oh, Steven, this motherfucker just beats motherfucker down to them goddamn." Woo! I thought that was the coolest shit out.
Yeah,
and he's still not that. He still ain't even that. But
that's Kempo. What he does.
Yeah. Glenn, if you're listening out there, Glenn Armstrong put me on the Kempo with the Shaolin long fist.
Now, when I said most trained white man, you said, well, star.
Right. We know some of the stunt doubles and we know some of the martial arts choreographers and stuff like that get busy. Some of the people you see Jackie Chan beating up are some of the most, accomplished martial arts on film.
Right. Now, if you say who's the most trained black man in film or the most trained Asian man in film, I don't know Asians. There's so many Asians in film. It'd be hard.
Asians are trained. Some Asians trained.
It'd be hard to say. Black folks in film that's famous, I would say that would have to go to Wesley Snipes.
I knew that. That's what I was about to say. Wesley on top. Wesley won the number
Wesley,
one.
Then Michael Jai White second.
Yep. I don't know who third is. But
have they ever had a movie together?
No, Wesley and Michael Jai White never did a movie together.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Third, shit, I would say.
Not that many trained brothers out there.
Not that many trained brothers.
Ludacris
or before him, Lorenz Tate.
Oh yeah. Lorenz Tate is pretty. Yeah. He get his thing on. Okay. Yeah, not as Ludacris here. I guess we give it to Ludacris. What about the new Army dude?
New Army dude.
Recon Road or whatever that is.
Oh, Ridge. He's not a actual martial art. Well, now I guess he is. But
yeah, I ain't see him really use no martial arts like that.
Yeah, I mean,
I haven't caught that one yet. I know what y'all talking about, but I haven't seen it.
Rebel Ridge.
It's on Netflix, right?
Yeah,
Yo,
that's a good movie now.
Real quick,
I lost my Netflix source.
Okay. I'll get it back. Real quick, y'all, before we go, let me just say this, man. As a people, a community, I logged on social media. Yes, the baby. Stay focused, everybody. When the baby comes in, nobody can listen.
Hey, Kiki.
see what happens to women when baby comes. See what happens? They just lose control. So I logged on social media last night and seen somebody with a post from my old neighborhood that said RIP to a star on a show because they died on that episode.
Wow.
Listen.
I've seen that. I've seen eulogies.
I posted on that. I was like, I know you ain't do this.
Wake flyers.
I was on. Listen, I had it pulled up on my computer on my way home to watch it, and I saw that post right on my way home. I was so, y'all don't do that. If I'm gonna leave you with anything, don't spoil shows on social media, okay?
Also,
run into a warrior one day. They're gonna do something about you.
Also, don't
Rampage Jackson. Who's Rampage Jackson?
Don't do Rampage Jackson is
If he would have been a star, if he would have got to that point, he would have definitely been one of the top 5, one of the top 4 or 5. Yeah, but he's not as trained as any of those people we just named.
Now,
but he wasn't no hold up. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I tell you, don't. Who was I going to name when you said? I was going to say I saw this sister get a tattoo of Malcolm X on her arm, right? And it was Denzel Washington. That's Malcolm X. It was Denzel playing Malcolm X. I was like, man, boy. So, you know,
the power of media.
The power of media, and we crazy. And we crazy.
That's the power of mental illness.
Right.
Jadarian, I think you may need to alter your comment on the chat just in case somebody sees this at a later time and they haven't watched. Giving out something you may not even meant to do.
Yeah. Oh, they had him thinking about what he was saying about Mary J.
Yes. Yeah. I was about to post on Facebook the day I was about to say something to try to get it to people who do that. And at the same time, I would have been doing the same thing. Right. I was about to give out a spoiler to talk junk about the spoilers. My home was like, yo, you're spoiling it. God.
But so you just have to make sure that you put spoiler alert. And I don't.
That's what I said.
I'll put spoiler alert, and then I'll toggle down,
drop down,
so that people.
That's what most people do.
Need it.
Right. And I said that.
You have to want to.
I said that. I put a hashtag, yo, no hashtag spoiler alert or nothing. What the fuck? Like, come on, man. Right. You just want that. I'm sorry, y'all.
It's attention seeking, like Baba said. It's an illness. I mean, you watch a popular show and then you go in right after it just aired. So this is the first viewing. You're gonna go in and start typing in what happened, so that all the other people who, hey, Kiki,
you doing, little girl? What are you doing, little girl?
Hey, Kiki,
what are you doing, little girl?
Oh, Kiki,
get away from that! You better get away from
that. She is not studying us.
This is not what we're supposed to be. She's like, I'm not waving. She's like, my hand was just in the air. I'm not waving at you.
Yeah, she's not waving at you. Hey, mama. Hey, Kiki. Look at them little hairs. Yeah, Baba. We know Baba.
So Aww. Yeah, this is not what our
girl away. Okay.
So our podcast was supposed to be about. She always takes all the focus off of her.
But you know what? That is a reason to learn to defend yourself and her and all of the Kikis in your life. Remember
That's why we do it. That's why we do it. That's why we do it.
So it brings it right back to the topic. Like that's a reason. It overcomes all those other reasons that we talked about.
Appreciate y'all, man. The chat's really been great, interactive. We appreciate y'all. Keep spread the word. We're only going to get better as we grow, as we move into this new stage, this new season coming up.
Yes, indeed. So this is the third year.
Wow.
Yes, third year. We're in it now.
He's been rocking with us the whole time.
It was this month. Well, no, it was August. So,
hey, we missed our anniversary.
Yeah, we missed our anniversary.
You all need to get some shirts.
We got shirts.
We need some more shirts.
We do. We need all type of stuff, and we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. We're stepping in at our third year. We made it. To our to our junior year. We've grown. We've learned the game. We ready now.
Third year, fourth year, one. I think it's fourth.
Come on now, wait a minute.
Yeah, because
seniors in this thing.
Because third year was last year. This is fourth.
All right, that's it. We grown folks now. We grown in this thing.
Yeah, seniors.
It was interesting to hear Patrice O'Neal the other day. I was listening to him talk on the show, and he was talking about how podcasts were the future, and this was like how long ago? Almost 20 years ago, almost. Or was it 15 years ago since Patrice passed? He was talking about how this is the future.
About 15 years.
Yeah. Patreon very soon, Jadarian. We just want to make sure we have enough content. We want to make sure we create the proper tiers and give you guys great freaking information. We already got the page. We just ain't put that
Already
up.
giving great information.
Yeah, bro.
All right, you all.
All right.
So love you all. Stay black or whatever it is that you may be. Be careful out there. Peace.
Peace.
That's what we do it for. We do it for those.
Love y'all.
Love you.
Oh, Kiki.
Say peace to the gods of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Bye, y'all. Appreciate the chat. It's been an honor, sir. We salute.